Good evening, everybody.
Good
Hey, everybody
evening.
in YouTube land. Everybody on Facebook. Hey, y'all. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening.
How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday evening? School is back in session. Y'all come on in real quick. Got a topic that we wanted to discuss on tonight. We're streaming from two platforms. We also streaming from YouTube, so you might see us go back and forth from two different cameras or whatnot, but the conversation is still the same. We are live. As y'all come in, just say hello. Shoot us some hearts in the screen, some likes in the screen.
Hey,
We're going to go
Kevin.
ahead and get on in this topic. What's up, bro?
Hey, y'all. Let us know you watching. If we don't acknowledge you right quick when you come in, let us know you watching. Where you watching from? Let us know you miss us. Let us know you watching from. And, shout us out. We miss y'all.
And don't forget to share.
Yeah.
Please share. Let's dig on into it. Again, if anybody want to join in after we start, if y'all have any comments that y'all would like to share
Kevin is
or
crazy.
add, please do so.
Hey, Tysis. Yes, my love. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. I'm glad you were able to get on. Y'all, as you come in, please go ahead and share. And if you can switch over to YouTube, go ahead and share this on your YouTube channel. If you're not already following us on YouTube, go ahead and follow us on YouTube as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We
Come
appreciate you
on
guys.
in. Come on in.
It's been about 2 weeks since we were here last, so we were anticipating too, Tysis. Thank you so much.
Yes. We are always excited to be on here to have a conversation with you guys. And truth of the matter is, she just found out about the topic like literally seconds ago. I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it for a long time. So I said, you know what good night to do it other than tonight. Fresh pop off on a Monday to discuss, does body count matter? Let's hear it. And I look forward to hearing from the fellas on tonight. Fellas, I want to hear from y'all. Does body count matter? And by body count, meaning the number of sexual partners that you have been with or that your significant other has been with. Does it matter in entering into a relationship? Is that something that you feel you need to know? And if the number is high to your standards, does that matter and why? We want to talk about it. Y'all add some comments in. Let us know, do you believe body count matter? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? And if you want to briefly say why, whether it's yes or no, let us know. Do you believe body counts matter?
Hey, Tanya.
Hello, everyone. As you come in, please say hello, shoot us a heart or a like or whatever, interact so we can know that you're here. What's going on, Tanya? Good to see you. Again, the question is, does body count matter? In other words, the number of people that you have had sex with, does it matter? If you're seeking to be in a relationship with someone or you're dating somebody and y'all getting ready to take it to the next level, the number of people they've been with, does that matter? Is that a topic that comes up in your pre-screen dating? Does it matter? I got one no. Okay, that's good. You got any yeses in the house? Does it matter how many people that the person that you are thinking about dating or are actually dating, does it matter how many people they have been with? Come on and share with us what your thoughts are. Before we turn to each other and we
Yeah.
start asking,
But
does
before
it
we finish,
matter?
before we get too far into, I do want to say a prayer right quick because we didn't. I want to make sure. I mean to bust it up like that, but we
That's
always want to
fine.
make
Go
sure
ahead.
before we move forward that we So God, we thank you for this platform that you've given us. God, we thank you for allowing the people to come on tonight to connect with us, to be able to share ideas, to be able to share their thoughts, and to give their opinions on this topic. God, we pray that you will continue to enlarge our territory, continue to allow our ministry to be a help to others, and their ministry be a help to us as well. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen, amen, amen. So we are happy to have you guys back with us again. And once again, we got a no already in the comments. Somebody said no. Let me go ahead and break the ice so everyone can kind of join in and start interacting. Kev said, no, body count doesn't matter. Just don't bring no STDs. Okay, that's cool. That's cool right there. Depends on the two people. Mm-hmm. I'm with Kevin. Tommy says she's with Kevin. Okay, good. We getting some interaction. Let me speak on that topic. When I was younger, it definitely mattered to me. It mattered to me for a bunch of different reasons. You know what I mean? I often felt like, I wanted to have something that nobody else had. And if somebody else did have it, I wanted it to be very few people that could say that they had it. So for me, I would stay away from someone regardless of how much I like them physically or how much I even like them as a person. If I felt like they've been with a lot of people, I would try to stay away from it. And that was in my younger days. Now as I got older, I really do not believe that the body count matters. I don't believe that when two individuals come together, that they should be judged or summed up based on their past, especially if you are trying to enjoy the present with that person or have a future with them. So that's just my brief take on it, and we're going to go deeper, of course. But let's get your take. Does body count matter? I'm laughing at
Tanya, and she said, I need some miles on that tire. That is funny. Look, you don't need the tread to be showing, though, right? But you need a couple of miles on the tire. That's funny.
Yeah.
But
that's good right there.
Yeah. So, and I agree with you, David. I think, like growing up, whatever, I know for me my younger self, you look at somebody that has been with multiple partners and for me, it was automatic turn off. Like,
mm-hmm.
You've been with multiple partners. That means you expose yourself to so many things. And that means that you have a greater chance of having diseases and stuff like that, Mm-hmm. But then as you get older, you realize that people have a past and have life experiences. And so if you have a connection with somebody and you have a mature person that has already gone through getting tested and gone through the medical portion of it, mm-hmm. then and as long as you're clean, you're good to go. Then it doesn't really matter how many partners you've had. Mm-hmm. I don't think so, as long as it don't come with too much baggage. I mean, because some people bring stuff along with them. When you got so many people you've been with, now you talking about. It's a whole nother topic too, because somebody sent me something other day about transferring spirits, and carrying all that stuff too. Mm-hmm, so that's another topic too.
Yeah.
But
So body count used to matter to you, but it doesn't matter to you no more. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason why, in particular, it did matter back then versus now?
Yeah, because I think then I would feel like I didn't want to be with somebody that everybody's been with,
mm-hmm.
like that's been with a lot of people that got ran over, like worn out. I didn't want to be with, I just didn't want to be with somebody that
that needed their tires rotated.
I just didn't want that,
Needed a tire rotation. Yeah, that was me too. Like I didn't want to be with someone who everybody could say that they had, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that was just in my younger days, and in my younger days, your circle is who your circle is, and being around people who you've been around, especially if you went to a small high school or mm-hmm. even growing up in Somerton, you in a small town, whatever the case may be. But as I begin to get older and venture off into different cities and different places, I start realizing, hey, you know what? You don't really have the luxury of knowing everything about a person's past, so you can't pretty much predict who you're going to be with based on their past, mm-hmm. And even again, me for myself, I realized that I got a past too, you know what I mean? And my count could be high, in the eyes of somebody else, and how would I feel if somebody else was predetermining whether they wanted to be in a relationship with me based on how many people I've been with, but Tanya said something that I thought about but haven't thought about long enough to make it a point. She said, you got to have a little bit of miles on the tire. Some people may feel like they want to be with somebody who's actually had experience and who's actually seasoned in
That area.
in that area, and that's a good point. You know what I mean? Some people know what they want, and they also know that if for them to know to get what they want, they may have to link up with somebody who has already been there, done that, and who knows what to do. Like I hear a lot of older people say, I don't have time to raise a man, or I don't have time to teach you how to be a man, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, you supposed to already come with that, you know what I mean? And if you don't, I'm not the one to teach you, you know what I mean? So that's a good point.
Yeah. Like, I don't got patience for that. Like, I think Steve Harvey talked about that I was listening to his show, and it was like an older woman was with a younger guy. I think he was like 20 years younger than her, and she was saying how she got tired of telling him what to do and stuff like that, and how to do it and stuff, and she found herself like yelling at him and stuff. But then it was a turn off to him, because she was like, she talking to me like she my mother, in the bedroom. But she was like, I'm just saying, like, I can't continue to keep like telling this young man how to do it,
Right.
or whatever. So she wanted to be with somebody she liked the energy he had, but he didn't have the experience that she needed,
Yeah.
So I get what Tanya's saying too.
Yeah. Here's another thing I was hoping would have came up already, but I'm gonna just bring it up real quick. Sometimes it's not even about how many people you've been with; it's also about who you've been with. Sometimes a person can say, "Hey, I don't want to be with you because you've been with somebody that I know." So it might not necessarily be the body count; it may actually be the body, that you have actually been with. Like, for example, let's say, for instance, you dating somebody, you with somebody, and then you find out years later that that person has been with your best friend or whatever. Does that matter? Does the who the body is, does it matter, and why, if anybody cares to share? So far, so good for me. I don't think the who matters. And I can't even imagine a situation or a scenario to where it would matter. Like, let's say, for instance, later on in life or whatever, you was to come to me and be like, "Hey, I got a secret I want to tell you. I've been with your uncle," or whatever the case may be. And it happened before us. Like, it's really not going to, I don't believe it would make that big of a deal, but that's just me. So talking to some of the girls and fellas out there, that's watching on these platforms, YouTube, any social media platform, answer that question. Okay, if the body counts don't matter, then what if it's somebody, the particular body? Is there a particular person that you can find out that your loved one has been with now that'll make you say, "Hey, you know what? I can't do it, because had I known that had happened, we won't be here." So,
Sherry say it depends on who it is.
Depends on who it is. Okay. That of course, that's where we at with it. We like, okay, so who would it have to be like that would make you say, "Hey, look, I know this happened before me, but because it did happen, we can't have anything." You know what I mean? Like, who would that have to be? Like, let's throw some names out there. Like, even me, for example, like, I have good relationships with my brothers or whatever. But let's say if I found out some kind of way that any of my brothers have been with her before us, it won't change anything. And to be honest, I think back then, depending on the nature of the situation, I'm not sure if it would have made a difference back then, depending on, circumstances and situations or whatever. But as of now, like, I can't see nothing coming out about her past that would make me say, "Hey, hold up, nah, I'm not with that." You know what I mean? So yeah, who would it have to be? Guys, ladies, like, if you found out, okay, your body count might be 1,000, but I could deal with that. But it was 1,000 plus one of those thousands was my best friend. Oh, I can't do that. If that's the case, then why? If it literally is nothing there, it just happened, We're going to go to some of these comments while we're waiting on more. Right.
Yeah. And I actually heard somebody say the mother and the daughter was sleeping with the same person.
And they
And the
found out.
mother, yeah, and they found out, like, so, but the mother and the child, they didn't have a relationship like that, you know. And then she found out, they started arguing, and the mother found out that the daughter was sleeping with her boyfriend, and then they started, you know, it was a big commotion about that, you
So it
know.
was a
But
current thing that was going on, or something that happened in the past. And who was with who first? Was the mother with the person first?
the mother was with the person first, and then the daughter started dating the guy, and then the guy mentioned the mother's name, and she was like, "Oh, you know so and so," and she
That's
was
my
like, "That's
mother.
my mother," and then that's how she found out, and they start, you know. So
Now,
it's crazy.
currently situations now, that's a different story. Yeah, I don't think I can deal with that at all. Yeah, not even just from the sake of, you know, it depending on who it is, but just the fact that it's happening. Period. Like, why? You know. So, but we're gonna check some of these comments out real quick.
Yeah, Tawania says, body count doesn't matter. Once saved, old things are passed away, and all things become new.
Right, correct,
Yeah,
correct,
so,
correct.
you
But
know.
what do you say to the person that, you know, is not saved? You know what I mean? What if they feel like, you know, hey, you know, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Some people may say, hey, you know, you've been with 3 people, so that's too much for me. I wanted to have a virgin, you know, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Even from that aspect, because us as believers, you know, we know we're not supposed to hold, you know, nobody's past over their head or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, we still do have our preferences, you know what I mean? And oftentimes people believe that because you have a preference, you're passing judgment. But no, that's not so. Just because a person has a preference, they choose to prefer what they prefer. Now, if a person is being judged because they have a preference, I think that is judgmental. But yeah, you know, I remember there was a time where I only wanted to be with virgins. Like, from the time I lost my virginity up until I was about maybe, I lost my virginity at 12. I think the first time I had sex with somebody that I knew was not a virgin, I might have been almost 18 years old. Like, that's how real it was. Like, I literally was like, no, my preference is if I'm going to sleep with you, I need to know that you have not slept with nobody. You know what I mean? So after a while, you know, I ran I ran out of virgins, or at least I ran out of people that I believed were virgins. And it was so much to the point to where if I've been with someone and they trusted me with their virginity, that once I found out that they've been with somebody else, I would stop talking to them. I would stop dealing with them, or whatever the case may be. I was that much scared of diseases, and I also was that much adamant about having something that no one else had, because then it feels special and it seems special, you know. But enough about me. That was just a little take I wanted to share with you guys. We're gonna go to some of these comments and see what's going on.
Yeah, I wanted to, Kevin said it does matter who, because you would never catch me sleeping with Big Sis.
That's what's up. I bet not neither. I bet not. I got a shotgun. But no, even so though, like, let's say time went on and I found out that it happened before me. Like, I ain't gonna trip. I mean, granted, Kev, you know, me and you might have to take a trip to the grass because you didn't tell me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you still gonna be my brother for life regardless.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, does it change relationships when you find out that your significant other, your life partner, slept with someone that's a close family member or a close friend of yours? Does that change the dynamic of your romantic relationship?
I don't think it would for me, you know what I mean? And I'm going to just use the scenario with Kev, you know what I mean? Because me and Kev, like brothers, blood couldn't make us no closer. Me and one of my biological brothers was having a conversation about, you know, what male friend do I have that I believe I can leave around you and I don't have to worry about nothing. And Kev was right at the top of the list, you know what I mean? However, fast forward to, let's say now, if I was to find out that something did happen, you know, when you and I, well, it couldn't have when you and I wasn't together. But at the end of the day, let's say if it could have, because of the relationship that you and I have, it wouldn't damage it. You know what I mean? And because of the relationship that me and him have, it wouldn't damage our relationship. Sure, me and him gonna have some words as into why he didn't tell me, as my boy, because he knew me well enough to know I wasn't gonna trip. You know what I mean? And same thing with you, why you didn't tell me. Once I can dissect the situation, and especially, again, it's based on the relationship that we have with each other now. Because of now, me and him didn't have no good relationship, and I felt like he's constantly lying, he's constantly doing sneaky stuff behind my back, whatever, blah, 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 then of course it is going to change the relationship. But because I know he's solid, and I know our relationship is solid, and I know me and you solid, I'll just be like, okay, I could understand why y'all wouldn't want to tell me that, because it didn't mean nothing. It don't matter. It's not like it's going to happen again. I know Kev well enough to know what he would do and know what he wouldn't do. And I know you well enough to know what you would do and know what you wouldn't do. So assessing all of that, it'll make me say, all right, it is what it is, whatever. I know y'all guys ain't telling me, but it's cool. It's probably a bunch of things that I should have told people that I didn't tell people. And I always look at every situation like that in my life. Like, if I can't never say that I could never be on the other side of needing forgiveness, I'm gonna always pass it out, always, because I know my day is coming too, to where I would need that forgiveness, you know.
So this reminds
me. And y'all,
please
please share this. Please share this video.
Yeah.
Share it as we're on live, and tag some people and comment their names in the comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say this reminds me of the movie The Best Man, right? Mm-hmm. The Best Man. Mm-hmm. Do y'all remember that movie Best Man, right? When I forgot their characters' names, but he's Morris Chestnut, right?
Uh-huh.
He slept with
No, Tay Diggs slept with Morris Chestnut's fiance.
Right, before they got married.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't find out until
after.
Right, when he was writing a book and everything, right?
Right.
But then they still ended up
being friends
and all that stuff. So that just made me, how Tay Diggs, that just made me remember how that played out and how there is recovery after, but depending on the strength of the relationship.
Right.
How they were able to overcome that,
Right.
Even though it was before
right.
Before they got together, and the way he found out, it was bad, but
so when you first entertained the idea of me and you being together, because I know body count had to be an issue for you, what was your first reaction? Like, what was your, like, when you was like, okay, I would give him a try, but what was the but as far as the body count, or what you thought my body count was? You never was like, no, I ain't messing with him because he a hoe, or I ain't messing with him because he look like he been with all these people. I heard he was with this person. I heard he was with that person. It was never.
No, because back to what Tawani said, I didn't look at you in that light until after you had come to know Christ. So that was different then. So like before that, I wasn't even looking at you in that way when I knew you, before you got saved. So afterwards, I wasn't looking at you.
Why?
I wasn't interested in you in that way.
So I was never your type until you saw God on me.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good then. That's good. So it's safe to say if you ever not see God on me, I might lose you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you ain't never in your mind. Oh, okay. No. So why wasn't I your type? Let's talk about that. Before then, why wasn't I?
Because I felt like you was everybody else's type.
Exactly. That's that's what I'm talking about. So let's talk about from that point, because clearly there was something that did attract you to me. So from that point, the reason why I wasn't your type was because you felt like I was for the streets.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's talk about that. What about me being for the streets? Because you didn't know. You just went by whatever you assumed. So what was it that had you like, oh, I got to stay away? For the streets because I sold drugs, for the streets because I was always fighting or shooting or
Kevin.
Whatever, or for the streets like I know a lot of people that said they've been with him.
All of that.
Shawnee talking about she been in
all
love
of
for
the
day
above.
one. Tell the truth, Shawnee. Speak
all
the truth. Speak the truth, Shawnee. So all of the above. All right, cool. So, yeah, just some things we throwing out there on how body count can affect whether you get in a relationship with somebody. I'm going to be 100% honest. I often tell her I'm glad we didn't hook up, back in the day when I was really just wow, just something else. Because she probably wouldn't like me right now. And not that I was a bad person, I just wasn't who she deserved, at the time. You know what I mean? I still be feeling like she deserves better, but she got the best. Hey, nah. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Shawnee, the accent now. NY accent. Nah. I can hear you right now. But yeah, what I was about to say. Shawnee, body count matter? Like if you knew Ralph was with 10,000 people before you, would you have given him the time of day? Answer that for me real quick. We're going to get into some more of these comments. Y'all, again, please share this with some of your people. I need to start announcing before we go live that we're going live, like during the week leading up to the live, like how we used to. That way we can get more viewers in on here. But yeah, man, body count, man, that can make or break a relationship. Some
Yeah.
people don't want nobody that's been with a whole bunch of people, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like for real, I'm more into, as far as forget about who you've been with before me, I'm more into who your peoples are, who raised you. That's what I want to know. Because oftentimes you can trace, most of the time now, not all the time, there is special situations, you can trace the way a person is back to how they was brought up. You can trace the way a person is back to how they was brought up. Because, man, there's some things that I still have to deal with that I ain't had nothing to do with before her. But I take that on, you know what I mean? We take that on, and this is what we have to understand as well, fellas. Your woman may have a past you're going to have to take on, even the body count. You're going to have to take it on, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, she may not be able to come and tell you everybody she's been with. But what happens one day when y'all in the streets, y'all walking by, and then somebody walks up to her and be like, hey, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a long time, and then they show you respect, shake your hand, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She introduced, oh, yeah, this is my husband, this is my boyfriend, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you ask her later on, hey, who that is? And then she'd be like, oh, that's so-and-so. He and I used to mess around, blah, 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 blah. And she never told you that. You know what I mean? Now, you might have an attitude or be upset. Hey, well, you never told me that or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she's saying like, man, I forgot. I'm going to be honest. I remember when I used to get from girls, I forgot I was with that person. You know what I mean? And I used to thought they was lying. I thought they was lying until I literally have came across people in the past and probably will in the future that I'll be like, dang, I did sleep with that person. I literally actually had somebody text me or message me or something and ask me, did me and them ever sleep together? And that was so funny, man. Yeah. And I was like, man, and normally I'll be like, come on now, good and well, you know what I mean? But the reality of it is, sometimes you don't remember. Sometimes you really do not remember. You know what I mean? And it's for one or two reasons. Because you're so happy with where you are right now that the stuff you did in your past really doesn't matter. You don't even think about it. Or it could have just been that whack. You know what I mean? To where I've wasted myself on somebody who couldn't even make me remember the experience. You know what I mean? So, bunch of different reasons, yeah. But if you're just joining in, does body count matter and why?
Shanique said body count has to complement each other. Yeah.
I think, yeah. I think that, to be honest, that, and I know this is going to sound crazy maybe, but the truth of the matter is now you got to start looking at it as, if you haven't been with nobody, or if you haven't, you know what I mean, and you're a certain age, like, you might be the problem. You know what I mean? And unless you waiting and you saving yourself, for a particular reason or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, I'm trying to sit and imagine a scenario to where if I found out about somebody from the past that was close to me, would I be upset? Or even I can't even think about the notion of how I could fix my mouth anymore to be like, oh, you've been with too many people, I can't be with you, or whatever the case may be. And truth of the matter is, I think that's a product of small town syndrome. if you grew up in a small town and everybody know everybody, then chances are everybody has been with everybody. And it's really, of course you're not going to want to walk down the street and every time you walk, every car ride past, it's somebody in the car that you've been with. Or every time you walk out your house, you see somebody that you've been with. Nobody really wants to do that. But once you go off and you venture out into the world and you leave your hometowns and you start dating people that you never knew nothing about other than whatever they tell you, then you start realizing how the things that you used to thought was such a big deal is not really that big of a deal. Can I get a witness? Anybody out there? Or
amen.
Some thumbs up if you agree.
Shanique said, I like my man body a little cut and V cut up. That's just me though.
Shanique, you fool up, girl. You fool up.
V cut. That's how she said there's a
all bodies.
Yeah, there's a V cut. There's a female body count.
All bodies.
Yeah, she's talking about like the physique. She's talking about does a body, does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? Or somebody asked to come on?
Nah. Hold up. Let's make this straight. You mean as far as the way a woman's body look, whether I'm gonna have sex with her?
Does it matter when dating before marriage? She's asking
when dating before marriage.
Yeah, does the body
physical appearance is key for me, if that's what she's asking.
Yeah.
But I think she's asking, if being with a female counts as a body?
No,
anybody? Okay, I don't know.
Because before she said, I like my man's
Shawnee,
body.
make it plain. Make it plain.
She said, I like my man's body cut up and V cut. Right? And then she came back and said, David, there's a female's body.
She gonna make it plain, so we don't even gotta do this. She gonna make it plain.
Right.
I'm gonna answer both. If you're a woman and you've been with another woman, that's a body count. If you're a man, you've been with another man, that's a body count. If you're a man and you've been with a woman, that's a body count for sure. If you've been with a dog, that's a body count. And I know some people might be laughing, but I seen a video the other day where this guy was with a dog and he got stuck. Sad world that we are living in. Yeah, sad world we are living in. But anyways, yeah, so of course physical appearance is everything for me. If you cannot attract me physically, then there's no reason for me to even walk to you to try to see what's underneath all the beauty. So I'm saying this and I'm gonna get on this subject real quick. Women, I know y'all want to say, oh, I'm fine, natural beauty, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And y'all are very beautiful. If I can't find something beautiful about a woman, then something is terribly wrong. So, I do believe that all women are beautiful in their own way, physically. Now, because you are, that still doesn't give you the permission to come out the house looking any kind of way. You know what I mean? People will treat you by how they view you. You know what I mean? People will treat you by how they view you. So with that being said, if you come out the house and you got a bonnet on your head and you got on some dingy tights and a t-shirt and flip-flops with mismatched socks on, whatever the case may be, you could be missing an opportunity to meet somebody that really that could be who you're looking for. But because you don't look like who they're looking for, you miss out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, once you already got who you got, just know everybody ain't coming to that store wearing flip-flop bonnet, this, that, and the third, and you maximize the chances of someone who's not wearing flip-flop bonnet, blah, 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 of catching their attention. So not only do you have to present yourself in a way to where the man of your dreams would want to talk to you, or the woman of your dreams, fellas, would want to talk to you. Once you get them, you still have to make sure that you're keeping yourself to a certain way. That way you could minimize, I'm not going to say you're going to box it out, but you could minimize someone else catching their attention. Yeah. Catching their attention.
Rosalind said they was taking the trash out now. They was taking the trash out.
Man, listen, the trash, I guess they be taking the trash out at the mall, at their churn school, at the grocery store. I mean, you name it. That's too much trash taken out. Matter of fact, don't even take the trash out no more.
But
let
now
us take the
it's
trash.
bonnets with their style, like with patterns and stuff with the little headband.
They styling the bonnet.
Outfits,
They styling the bonnet, man. They styling the bonnet, like for real.
Hey.
You know what I mean? But yeah, let's dig in the comment. I think Shawnee's cleared up what she was talking about.
Yeah, she was saying physical. She was saying.
Read the comment.
Oh yeah, so yeah. So Kevin had said responding to physical appearance is the first catch. Period. And
Yeah.
Kevin and Shawnee said that's 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then
can we go with Shawnee cleared it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. She said
I just seen it.
She said she was saying. She said physical. I was talking about physical. Oh, okay. Then she came back and said. Shanique said,
read the comment.
I'm saying I can't find the other comment.
Oh, but, Lord, I don't want to do it on that.
Okay, but isn't that judging? Because after the bonnet, the mix match socks and the tights come off.
It. We got to go all the way back to what she was asking about the female.
Okay.
The female body count. Does that matter?
Okay. Right. Okay.
I don't know why she trying to skip over your comments, Shawnee.
I'm not trying to
Something
skip.
ain't clean.
Something
ain't clean in this right here now. Something ain't clean.
Hold on,
I'm going to shut it down. Now.
I got you. Hold on.
Lord have mercy, y'all.
I'm asking, does a female body matters to you when dating before you marry the girl? That's what she asked.
Oh, of course. Come on, Shawnee. Come on. You must be did that for the show.
No, she made it clear. She's saying, because you said...
Nika, can me and Shawnee have a conversation, please?
Now my watch. No.
Because you know, Shawnee, the body matters to me. You know that. You know me very well. You know.
For the audience. Okay.
You know I ain't dealing with no big back.
Answer that question for the audience.
Big back. Big bone.
Double up lip.
You got to have a certain... bling, 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 a certain, not only, like, yeah, you know, I like what I like. I like what I like. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it does matter. Before dating and after, and before marriage and after marriage. Before marriage and after marriage. If I married you one way, you better keep it right and tight. Better keep it right and tight.
Oh, what? Oh, what, Shanique? Oh, what?
I ain't gonna say nothing. Ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, what?
Shanique, you can answer that. You can answer that one. Yeah, so...
okay, but she said, now the next question was, isn't that judging them? Because after the bonnet and the mixed match socks and the tights come off, the good Lord shows himself mighty and strong. Mighty and strong.
But see, look, this the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. That's cool. But they won't never get to the bonnet and the flip-flops and all of that to see the good Lord showing himself mighty and strong because they looking at the bonnet and all of that stuff. Like I said, it be some nice-looking women that'll come in the store and they have on the bonnets and the pants or whatever the case may be. But the truth of the matter is, we don't know how beautiful you are underneath all of that. And sure, you may be or have some level of attractiveness to you with the bonnet and all that stuff on, but at the end of the day, do you want to just attract people that can say, oh, she's still pretty with the bonnet and everything, or do you want to attract what you're trying to attract? Now, if you're trying to attract a bonnet hunter, then when you get a bonnet hunter, then that's what you attract. But now, if you're trying to attract something that's a little bit more, in other words, present yourself the way you want to be received. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Present yourself the way you want to be received. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every day you go out the house, you're supposed to be looking like you're walking on a runway or something. I mean, yeah, you're walking on a runway or whatever the case may be. But the truth of the matter is, every time you come out your house, or you should never come out of your house and look like you just got out of the bed. That's just my opinion, you know, if in a public setting. But life happens, you know what I mean? And you got to understand that every time you do it, there's a consequence behind it. Likewise with me, you know what I mean? There has been times where I'll be grilling and I'm sweating, smelling like smoke. My shirt probably dirty because it got charcoal on it or whatever kind of meat. And I forget, I got to go get something from the store. And I'll go in the store just like that, stinking, smelling like a grill and dead meat and got charcoal on my shirt, all this stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I go in the store like that. Guess what? That's how people going to receive me. They're not going to look at, oh, he probably just came off the grill. He this, he that, he blah, blah, blah. They're going to receive me just like that. You know what I mean? To them, I'm dirty, I'm dingy, I smell like smoke and dead meat, all of that stuff like that. So, yeah. So, and it's not a judging thing. It's a preference. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I prefer, like Shawnee said earlier, does the body matter and all of that? Yeah, it matters. I prefer a certain body type. You know, that's just my preference. You know what I mean? Now, I prefer it over certain things. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here going to say that I would not have dated a big girl, talked to a big girl, even sleep with a big girl. Yeah, but that wouldn't have been my preferred option if I had options. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, and it's not judging. It's just my preference. Judging would be you wrong for being big. No, I can't tell nobody they're wrong for being big or wrong for being something that I don't like. You know what I mean? I can't tell nobody that. No more than I would want somebody to tell me that I'm wrong because of what I like. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I'm laughing at these comments while you, Yvette said, don't look like you need a douche. Oh my Lord. That, you know what? But, because let me tell you, like, perception is in the eye. Perception is in the eye. And people, as sad as it is, like, people judge us based on on our appearance, you know? I mean, that's just like when we go on job interviews, you know, we get a job based on, number one, on how we appear, you know, for how we show up to the job interview. And that's an indication on how bad we want the job, you know? On
but
how
let me say this real quick so we can kind of pull it back into the topic. For example, if I see a girl in the store and she got on a bonnet, t-shirt, tights, sweatpants, whatever, flip-flops, automatically I think she got a high body count. Automatically. She got a high body count. Now, I'm not saying that's what I believe, but that's just what I think. You know what I mean? And then I also think that one, here's another thing, which is not such a bad thing. She got a man. Because if you're looking for somebody, there's no way you coming out looking like that. You know? Now, two, my next thing will be, if she do got a man, he ain't worth a darn to let his woman come out the house looking like that.
What if that's good to him?
If he like it, he like what he like. You know what I mean?
Like you said, it's preference.
That's what I said. He like what he like. Oh, I'm just being transparent with my thoughts. That's all.
But you say he ain't worth nothing if he let her come to the house like that.
I'm just being transparent with my thoughts. I'm not saying he's not worth nothing. I'm saying I think that's what I would think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, your opinion. I don't know what I don't never even seen the man. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you what I would think, right? I would think that she live in the projects. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right, and I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. Okay. Why are you so bent on proving me wrong tonight?
No.
What is going on here?
We just gotta make sure that you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that.
Look, like Shawnee said, first I'ma think she stank. She stank. That's straight up. You know what I mean? And yeah. And one time, I ain't gonna lie, I used to tell him, now why you come out the house looking like that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, and again, you know, Kev said hood rat chick. You know what I mean? So yeah, these are certain things that would be associated. And I'm not saying it's right for people to, you know, to think that way. You know what I mean? Because thoughts is one thing. Acting on those thoughts that you think is a whole different story. You know what I mean? So now at the end of the day, I have other thoughts too. That woman may be going through a lot. Maybe she don't have enough time to get up in the morning and throw on some clothes because she got to deal with 4, 5, 6, 7 kids because the daddies ain't no good. So she just got to get in whatever she can get in between the times that she can get it in. And sometimes taking that bonnet off her head ain't the best bet. Then it could be another time where her hair may be so messed up underneath that bonnet till I might be glad she got the bonnet on. Yeah. So again, guys, I'm just being transparent and sharing some of my thoughts that I'll be having when I be seeing this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, even with me, there'll be times where I'll be going out and I'll be like, I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't got to get dressed, or I don't got to do this, I don't got to do that. Then I think to myself, only from experience, people treat me how I dress. So certain places I'll go in, I'll make sure I have on a shirt and a tie because people going to treat me different. And if I need them to treat me in a certain way, then I'm going to present myself in a certain way so I can be treated that way. You know what I mean? Now, it doesn't always work. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do to attract what you're trying to attract. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I ain't gonna pick on you ladies today. I'm gonna let y'all live. But body count. Let's get back to body count. We gonna wrap this thing up real quick after Nika finished telling me I'm wrong, because clearly that's what she on today. It's I'm wrong day. But go ahead.
Y'all.
What do you want to
Listen,
add
like
to this?
if y'all know somebody, real quick, share this video. If you think your social media audience might have an opinion on whether body count, and by body count we mean the number of partners, of sexual partners they've had. If the number of sexual partners matters in your decision to have sexual intercourse with somebody, if that matters to you, you know, what do you think?
What's a high body count? Throw some numbers out there for me. What y'all think is a high body count? Let's go with 10. Is 10 high? I'm gonna throw 10 out there. 10 high. Thumbs up if it's high. Heart if it's not high. The pass should be the pass. Jen Lee, what's going on, Jen?
Hey, Jennifer.
Jen, I've been missing you on the show the last couple of times we've been on, so just know we back Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Oh, Lord. Andrew said super high. Come on now, ma. 10 is high. Come on, ma.
And then it probably depends.
Well, I ain't gonna even give my next number then.
I don't know. I started to say it depends on like when a person's, when you started, when you
Who
know,
else
like,
say 10 is high? I ain't cutting you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Who else said 10 is high? And you know what? Nika do got a point too. Nika said that whether it's high or not also determines when you started. Because like, let's say for instance, now I do believe 10 is high. Let's say, you know, if you started having sex at 12 and now you're 16 and you've been with 10 people, that might maybe high.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, life happens. You know what I mean?
But if you started at 18 and you 50, 10 is
definitely not high.
right. That's what I'm saying.
From 18 to 50, 10 is not high.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think 10 is high. For a 4-year span, man. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. Yeah, a 4-year span, you've been with 10 different people. Yeah, that might be kind of, in my opinion, that might be kind of high. Okay, so let's do it like this then. You lose your virginity at 13, and at 23, you've been with 10 people. Is that high? From 13 to 23, 10 people. I don't think that's high. What y'all think? Depends on how many relationships too now. Well, but let's just say for argument's sake, Jen, no relationship. You just been out there swinging from 13 to 23 and you've been with 10 people. Y'all saying, all the women saying yes. Fellas, y'all let me know. If a woman lost her virginity at 13 and by the time she reached 23, she been with 10 different people. Is that high, fellas? Because the women going to say that's high.
Because I can't see people being in 10 different relationships by then.
Unless it don't have to be.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like for women, I think since we're emotional creatures, like we're more leaning, and that's why the women are saying it's higher, because we're more leaning towards relationships and emotional attachments, right?
But not these new 2023 women. These new 2023 women having hot girl summers and flashback fall and work it and twerk it winter, and they man, please, they probably 10 in last summer.
So I think men might say is lower because they have a less, emotional attachment. So they sleep around more often than women, I would say.
I'm going to go on the limb right now, y'all, and I'm going to let y'all ladies know something, and fellas probably going to be mad at me. We are a lot more emotionally attached than y'all think we are. We
You're
really
less
are.
emotionally attached than women.
We might be, but I just want y'all to know, women, we are a lot more emotionally attached than we've been leading y'all on all of these years. Now, for me personally, I have never been the type of person that would and could just instantly go and have sex with somebody just because they fine. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie. I remember one time. I wish I was. I remember having a conversation, and thank God I got two, so y'all don't know who I'm talking about. But I remember having a conversation with one of my brothers. Man, a long time ago, for argument's sake. And I was like, man, I wish I had what y'all had, past tense. I wish I had what y'all had, meaning the ability to meet somebody the first night, sleep with them the first night, meet somebody the next night, sleep with them the next, I wish I had that ability. But the reality of it is, I never had it. Like, it had to be something there other than you looking good that would even make me even get to the point to where I'm ready to have sex. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, no, our emotions be involved. Our emotions be involved. It's just that I think, for me, I'm just speaking for me now. Our tolerance to dwell in our emotions are very low, especially me. I can be so emotionally attached. But the minute that I feel like we're always living in emotion and there's never no logic, there's never no sense making, because oftentimes emotions won't make sense. Whenever I feel like there's an emotional roller coaster, the difference between me and I would say women that I've been with is they want to stay on the roller coaster. And I'm like, nope, I'm good. And the cutoff game be so strong until they think it's no emotions, but it is. And I don't know how to deal with emotions well, so it's better for me to just get up out of there. You know what I mean? But I digress from what we were talking about. Emotions had body count mattering to me. Like me knowing, who you been with? Oh, I've been with this person, that person, that. Oh, nah, I'm good. Not because it bothered me or affected me in any kind of way, but because my feelings were in place. Oh, nah, I can't be with you because you've been with so-and-so. And once so-and-so know I'm with you, so-and-so gonna start talking about how they used to be with you and blah, blah, blah. That was an emotional thing. You know what I mean? But when you get outside of your emotions, you realize the stuff that you thought mattered really don't matter. Yep. But go ahead, Nika. You want to say something? We're going to check out some more comments, then we're going to get out of here. I think we're approaching our hour. Tyson said, David, you're just cut from a different cloth. Most men out here don't care who they lay down with, will jeopardize, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Jeopardize. I
jeopardize their whole family at home for a one night stand.
Jeopardize. Oh, yeah. And the truth of the matter is, and speaking from experience, we don't think that far ahead as far as like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I know it's going to jeopardize my whole family and blah, 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 but I'm going to just go ahead and do this. No, oftentimes, we get caught up in the moment and we're not thinking. We are being 100% emotional, and our emotions drag us to do things that if we were thinking straight, we would never allow our emotions to do. You know what I mean? And again, that's speaking from a personal standpoint. There has never been a time in my many, many years of cheating. It's like, let me stop. There has never been a time that I ever cheated and I wasn't in my feelings. It didn't come from an emotional place. You know what I mean? It didn't come from a place of, I'm angry about this, so I'm gonna do that, or I'm frustrated about this, so I'm gonna do that. It was never a thought out process. Anybody that can sit back and think before they do something that can jeopardize all of this and still do it, they don't deserve it in the first place, in my opinion. Humbly. Jen says, so is the who
and not the how many.
Not the how many.
Right.
The who used to matter too, and we discussed that earlier as well, Jen. So yeah, you do got a point. The who can sometimes matter.
If they found out, then that's what you said. If you just said it when you gave your scenario just now.
The who can definitely outweigh the how many. for me, I don't care either way. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is funny, Lord bless his soul. My father can come to me in a dream right now and tell me that before me and Nika, him and Nika been together. And it would not at all, any way, shape, form, or fashion, make me feel some kind of way and be like, oh, how you couldn't tell me that or whatever. It's time for us to break up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'll be flattered, actually. I'll be like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, huh? But yeah, the who can definitely play a large part, you know what I mean? Even back in the day when I was younger and growing up, you know what I mean? I couldn't be with somebody that my homeboy been with or my brother been with or whatever the case may be. Like, I just couldn't do it, you know what I mean? Not that something wrong with it. It was just my preference, you know what I mean? I pride myself on having something nobody else had, you know what I mean? But living now and growing into the man that I am now, I don't care nothing about the past. You know what I mean? Unless it involved me. You know what I mean? If it didn't involve me, then that's yours to I'm trying to help you into a new future, because the reality of it is the version of my wife that I'm getting today, I'm not getting that same version next week. Every day I'm learning something new about her. Every day I'm learning something new about myself because of her. So the reality of it is, like, we all going to have a past. We all going to have things that we wish we didn't do. We all going to have things that we've done outside of our relationship that don't have nothing to do with the person that we're in a relationship with. But at the end of the day, I don't believe it should matter enough to where it brings your relationship to an end. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think, you know? Tell me what who could have been that would have made you say, you know, you don't got to give names, of course, but like relationship. Let's say, if I found out that a guy that I'm dating has been with my sister, I'm done. Or if I find out that a girl that I'm dating was with my brother, I'm done. Like, what are the groundbreaking, deal-breaking scenarios for that situation? Anybody? We're going to open it up for 2 more minutes of comments, and then we're going to go ahead and give the final statements, and we're going to get up out of here. You want to read some more comments I might have overlooked?
Yeah, I want to read from what Tarnell had said.
Yeah, I don't know what Nika on today over here.
No, I was trying to read. I was trying to go back in the comments. Tarnell had said he doesn't think it matters as long as they change and now hold the Spirit of God. You know, it doesn't matter the number. Yeah. Okay.
Jen say her mom, sister, you know. Yeah, that can be tough. That can be a tough one. But what happens if you find out about it after you're already in this relationship that seems to be working pretty well, but then you find out, bam, before me and you, I didn't know it was your mom and your sister until after I hooked up with you. But before me and you, it was your mom and your sister, whatever. I didn't know. But I really like you. And you like the person too. Things going good. And dare I say you even in love with them. Would that fact still make it be like, nah, bro, like, I can't do it? Yes or no? Anybody gets directed for Jennifer, but anybody can answer. If you found out you're in love with this guy and you found out that they've been with your mom or your sister or whatever the case may be. Jen said, I ain't stable. Y'all know Jen is crazy. Well, all right, that's the answer then. You would want to, but you don't think the crazy side of you will let you do it. You be done spaz out on somebody. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. We got any more comments that I might have overlooked?
I think that's it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Go back to the top. We thank you guys for hanging out with us for real, man. We really appreciate it. You know, it's been a struggle trying to get on here and trying to stay on Monday after Monday after Monday. But we thank you guys for being on here. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Shalisa said, I can't date a guy who used to date men but switched to women. That's good. Shalisa, you be giving us some topics, Lisa. Girl. I'm trying to tell you. We did the other topic you gave us about being in a relationship and somebody going outside the relationship and having a child outside of the relationship. We did that 2 weeks ago. So go check it out if you haven't. I didn't see you on that particular show. But that's a good one, man. Don't y'all answer this question tonight, but be on the lookout for this topic. Can you be with a person that switched sides but then wanted to switch back. That's good. That falls under the category of who the body count is. So I could deal with your body count, but your body count got to be batting for the same team that you've been batting for, because if your body count goes the other way, that's a good one. That's a good one. We're going to have to visit that one. Thank you so much, Shalisa. We love you. Give my godson a bunch of hugs. I know he getting ready for school, all of that stuff like that. So, yeah, man, we going to have to do that one. All right, I ain't messing with nobody who mess with my family members. That's nasty. Shawnique, let's say you, I'm gonna ask this and then we're gonna get off here. Let's say you in love already and you didn't know. You in love, like perfect relationship, everything good. And then you find out. You gonna throw it all away? And now here's the scenario. They didn't know that was your mom or sister or whoever. They only found out after y'all started doing XYZ. You gonna throw it away? And if you lie, I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you. I'm letting you know that right now. I ain't want no... I ain't want no dookie. Shawnee is crazy. So I know I'm going to help you drive on that gym. Y'all off the chain on here tonight. I ain't messing with y'all. That's how I already know. Y'all going to cut up bad when we do the next, when we do that topic. I don't know if it's going to be next. But when we do that topic about switching sides and coming back, y'all don't cut up too bad, please. All right. We try to keep this show family friendly. All right. All right, okay.
Guys. Thank y'all so much.
We love you guys.
We appreciate it.
We're going to see you next time. Y'all be on the lookout for our next relationship conference. We hope to see everybody that be on this show at that conference. We trying to make it happen. I'm hoping we can get one or two, at least one, another one done before the end of this year. But we will keep y'all posted. We love you guys. And till next time, remember, till death do us part.
Good night. Love y'all.